He loved you. You felt it. You saw it in his eyes, in the way he held you, in the way he came alive around you. And then he shut down. He pulled away. Maybe he even disappeared. And now you're left wondering, was it all fake? No, it wasn't. He did love you. But avoidants don't run because it's fake. They run because it's real. I'm Joe, and I make videos which help people break free from anxious avoidant patterns, trauma bonds, and the belief that real love should hurt. If you've been left by someone who seemed deeply connected to you, only to vanish and then shut down, this video is going to give you answers. Not excuses, not blame, just the truth. Let's talk about what happens when avoidants actually fall in love, and why that's often the moment they run. Well, let's start here. Avoidantly attached people absolutely can fall in love. In fact, when they do, they often feel it with a raw, unfiltered intensity, because they've spent so long avoiding closeness. When the real thing hits, it lands hard. You weren't imagining it. That warmth, that tenderness, that softness in him, that was love. And it was real, but that doesn't mean he knew how to hold it. Real love feels dangerous. Here's the paradox. The closer an avoidant feels, the more their alarm bells go off. Why? Because love activates vulnerability. And vulnerability is terrifying for someone who never felt emotionally safe growing up. For avoidants, closeness equals danger. Intimacy equals loss of control. And being seen equals being judged, trapped, or smothered. So when they fall in love, it triggers a kind of silent panic. Am I going to lose myself? But I'll be so exposed. They'll see the real me and then they'll leave. So instead, they leave first. This is important. He didn't run because you were too much. He didn't run because you're unlovable. He ran because he didn't know how to receive love. Because when you showed up with your consistent care, emotional presence, and real connection, it felt unfamiliar and even threatening to someone who spent their whole life trying to protect themselves against those very things. You weren't the problem, but you were the mirror, and he couldn't face what he saw. So this is how it usually unfolds. And let me know in the comments if this is the pattern that you've experienced. You meet, sparks fly. He opens up very early in the relationship, possibly opens up more than he ever has before, and he tells you that. So you get close, vulnerable, intimate, and at some point, whether it's days, weeks, or months, he suddenly goes cold, distant, confused. So you panic and try to fix it, which makes him feel pressurized. So he pulls away further, until eventually he leaves. And you're left wondering what you did wrong. But the truth is, you didn't do anything wrong. You just got too close to someone who never learned how to stay. If this has happened to you and you're struggling with the carnage of the end of a relationship and wondering what happened and what did I do wrong, you're probably thinking, could it change in the future? Could we get back together? The question is, can an avoidant change? Well, the answer is yes, but only when they're aware of their pattern. When they're willing to do the inner work, and when they stop blaming you for the closeness that they're afraid of. They need to learn that vulnerability isn't weakness, that love doesn't mean losing yourself, and that connection can be safe. But that journey, it's theirs to take. You can't heal someone by loving them harder. If you're watching this post-breakup and you're still heartbroken, asking yourself, why did he run? Did he ever love me? Could I have done something differently? Let me say this. Yes, he loved you. But love alone doesn't undo trauma. And love alone doesn't teach someone how to stay. He didn't leave because it wasn't real. He left because it was. And if he ever does want to come back, it should be as a person who's done the work to learn how to stay. Drop a comment if this hit home, or if you've ever felt like you've been punished for loving someone too much. And if you're ready to stop chasing emotionally unavailable people, go check out my video on why you keep falling for avoidance. It's time to rewrite your story. I'm Joe. You deserve a love that stays. See you in the next one.